Hey, this is Scott, and this is your thought for the day. Hey, do you trust people? Do you trust the Lord? If so, you arrived at that trust relationally, not propositionally. And by that I mean, you didn't begin to trust mom and dad because someone said, "Thou shalt." Or you didn't even begin to trust the Lord because you were commanded, "Thou shalt trust him." Rather, we learn how to trust people because of our relationship with them. I remember when I was about 5 years of age and I was going to have a tonsillectomy. I was in my hospital room. My mom was sitting there by my side. The doctor came into the room and he tore open a little antiseptic wipe package and he handed the package to me, and then he wiped my shoulder with a little pad and he gave that to me. And he said, "Will you hold on to that and take care of it for me?" I said, "Okay." Now I'm looking intently at that little pad and the wrapper, and the next thing I know, he jabs my shoulder with a hypodermic needle. I began screaming and crying for all I was worth, and partly because it hurt, but mostly because I was so angry, and as I understood later, I felt like my trust had been violated. I thought I was helping him, holding on to that little pad, and the next thing I know, he was jabbing my shoulder. My mother learned from that day that she would always prepare me for getting a shot. And so if we were on our way to the clinic, she would say, "Now today you're going to have to get such and such a shot. And here's why." And she would try to explain to me why it was worth my having the pain of a shot, how I would be prevented from getting sick in some way or another. I didn't always understand that, didn't always appreciate that, but because I had learned to trust my mother in our relationship, I would give her the benefit of the doubt. I'd go through the pain, and I would experience the benefit of a shot. The same kind of thing happens to us with the Lord. You do realize that Jesus told his followers, if you follow me in this world, you're going to have trouble, trials, tribulations. The Apostle Paul explained that when we go through such hardships, it actually develops character and virtue in us. He goes on to explain in other passages that the Lord is so good and so magnanimous, he's able to take all of our trials, all of our difficulties, and make them work for good. In other words, he advances his purposes. Sometimes he uses our problems to bless us. Other times he'll use our hardships to bless someone else. Hey, there are a lot of reasons to trust and follow Jesus. The way he redeems our pain, makes it work for good, that's one of the great reasons.